Thank you for joining us for the latest updates from 5 News. I'm Joe Ellison. Now, people are talking about the massive jackpot lottery drawing tonight. You might see some lines at the convenience stores that sell tickets. The Mega Millions jackpot has grown again to $1.1 billion. The grand prize is now the second highest lottery prize in history. Winners can opt for a one-time lump sum payout or an annual option that pays out over 30 years. Now, the next drawing again is set for tonight. We'll have the winning numbers during your 5 News at 10 on Channel 5. Be sure to tune in. Now, before we get to other news making headlines here at 5 News, let's get a check of weather heading into the weekend with meteorologist Zach Scott. Zach, we're finally seeing some of that rain.
Yeah, and it's not done yet, Joe. We've already seen a couple of rounds started really Wednesday evening, Wednesday overnight, and since then we've seen off and on showers around the region Thursday night, and through the first half of Friday, we've seen a good soaking here when you add up all the rain over the last few days. Northwestern Arkansas has been doing very well here with widespread rain. The yellows and oranges, 1 to 3 inches. You get into those orange and reds, you're talking 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. So a couple of good swaths around northwest Arkansas. It's been a little more isolated for I-40 in the River Valley. But again, we've got pockets of 1 to 2+ inches. And again, we're looking for more off and on scattered showers and thunderstorms through your Friday night, through the day Saturday night into Sunday. There's not really a time here over the next couple of days that we don't have the chance for some showers or thunderstorms in the area. Future track radar, again, estimating anywhere from 1 to 2 inches. I think we could see an additional 1 to 3 inches. And what it's really showing you here is we're going to have isolated downpours. So some areas are going to pick up a couple inches, while maybe over the next day or two, other areas see an additional inch. Still, we're going to take as much as Mother Nature will give us over the next few days, and the pattern stays active and messy. Again, we're looking at isolated showers and thunderstorms afternoon into the evening hours. May get a little bit of a break, and then as we go overnight, more towards Saturday morning, we're likely going to see more showers start to develop around the area and out towards the west, and then we're going to see showers and thunderstorms moving in, and we'll have that chance for thunderstorms through the day on Saturday. Can't rule out a late day thunderstorm Friday that could be strong to severe, and then again Saturday, a strong to severe storm can't be ruled out, especially as we get into the afternoon hours. All the cloud cover, the shower activity, the fronts in the area, we're looking at temperatures mostly in the 80s to some low 90s Friday, and then we could see more 80s and a few low 90s as we get into Saturday. Joe?
Thanks so much, Zach. Now, in just a few days, a preliminary report from the Arkansas School Safety Commission will be handed to the governor. Washington County Sheriff Tim Helder is the chair of the subcommittee on law enforcement and security. He's sharing some of the recommendations in the report. His subcommittee thinks school resource officers should be in every school building. They think having a combination of SROs and teachers or staff who are trained to be certified school security officers is a good idea.
Teachers historically are willing to lay down their lives for our children. I think that they are also, or would also be willing to stop a threat when it allows them to stop the carnage and to prevent other children from being killed. I just think we have got to get to that point where we recognize we've got to do something, and we've got to do it now.
The preliminary report is due Monday, and the deadline for the full report to be turned in to the governor is in October. Well, kids go back to school in less than 3 weeks. It's already almost here. And the United Way's Fill the Bus is back in person for the first time in 2 years. It's a great way set up for kids their success with the supplies they need as they head back to school. And you can help by donating. In Northwest Arkansas, you can drop off school supplies until 3 this afternoon and from 9 to 3 tomorrow at the Walmart locations in Bentonville, Rogers, Siloam Springs, Fayetteville. And buses will be set up in the River Valley until 7 o'clock tonight, and then tomorrow from 9 to 1. Now, that will be at the Walmart stores in Fort Smith, Greenwood, Alma, Van Buren, Paris, Boonville, Poto, and in Sallisaw. All right, here's a pretty neat high-tech experience right in your neighborhood. Smiling Cup Bubble Tea in Fort Smith has the first ever robot waitress, and her name is Bella. She's programmed to serve boba tea to all the tables in the shop and also have some pretty fun tricks. She can sing happy birthday, play music, and even talk to you. After posting about Bella on Facebook, the shop has seen an influx of customers wanting to come see her.
It's all happening so fast, though. I never thought I'd see one of these little guys in Fort Smith.
We'll open a second location, that Smiling Cup, there on Zero Street this weekend, and they'll have another robot there. Well, if you see some police tape or hear sirens near the U of A, don't worry. It's a training for first responders from across Fayetteville. That session is today at the University of Arkansas. The training is happening at the Pat Walker Health Center and will involve Central EMS as well as Fayetteville Police and firefighters. The session will focus on training for an active threat scenario. Now, we hope you got your tickets because the Peacemaker Music Festival in downtown Fort Smith starts today. Tickets are sold out, though. The festival is at the Riverfront Amphitheater in Fort Smith. Some of the headliners this year include Zach Bryan and Lucas Nelson, Charlie Crockett, and the Stillwoods. Now, the festival is a nonprofit and provides a portion of proceeds directly back to the community through local charities. Gates open today and tomorrow at 4 in the evening and will be happening rain or shine. Well, a long-running tradition continues tonight, the 39th annual Altus Grape Festival. It's happening from 5 to 10:30 at Altus City Park. The actual grape stomp, though, will start at 6 tonight. I'll be there stomping some grapes along with the 5 News morning crew, Ruben and Laura. There's wine tasting, live music, dancing, and more. And the grape pie eating contest is tomorrow morning on Saturday at 11. It's a long-time tradition in our community. Now, if you're looking for something to take the family to, there will be plenty of fun to be had. Now, in Washington, a troubling report on the U.S. economy is raising new concerns about a recession. It comes as a recent poll shows more Americans believe we're already in a recession compared to 2 years ago when the pandemic sent the stock market crashing and layoffs surged. Nancy Cordes is at the White House with more.
Our job market remains historically strong.
President Biden tried to put a positive spin Thursday on gloomy economic numbers.
If you look at our job market, consumer spending, business investment, we see signs of economic progress in the second quarter as well.
Republicans were less rosy after GDP fell for a second straight quarter.
We're in a recession, and it's not the time to increase taxes or spending.
Economists say the slowdown is due in part to retailers cutting back on inventory as Americans tighten their belt in the face of record high inflation. Plus, recent rate hikes by the Federal Reserve have pushed up mortgage rates, causing cutbacks in new home construction. White House economic advisor Jared Bernstein.
Consumer confidence down, GDP down. What does that tell you?
Look, we know that Americans are facing real headwinds in this economy, particularly from inflation.
But he insisted that doesn't amount to a recession, not with unemployment still near record lows and consumer spending up in the second quarter by 1%. But Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen acknowledged there are global risks ahead for the economy.
They include the outcome of the war in Ukraine, COVID lockdowns in China, and pandemic-related supply chain snarls.
Well, that was Nancy Cordes reporting. Yellen also said she believes there is a path to bring down inflation while maintaining a strong job market, pointing to the Senate's recent climate and tax deal that offers tax credits and lowers the cost of prescription drugs. Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest from 5 News. I'm Joe Ellison. Have a great weekend.